As Marianne Williamson once deeply noted, we are all meant to shine as children do. But what if that shining light within you is not just a metaphor, but a real call to brighten the world around you? Meet the Lightworkers, individuals who are driven by an intense pull to lift themselves and to elevate those around them, creating waves of positivity that transform the world. If you've ever felt out of step with the everyday, if you've ever been overwhelmed by the desire to help heal or harmonize, then stay tuned. Are you ready to find out if you're a Lightworker? Let's dive in. Let's start with a powerful clue that might reveal the Lightworker within you: deeply rooted empathy. Now, this has less to do with feeling sorry for someone, and more to do with experiencing a connection so intense that it's almost tangible. Indeed, empathy in the world of a Lightworker extends far beyond simple sympathy. It's an intuitive, almost psychic understanding of what others feel without them having to say a word. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately sensed tension, sadness, or joy, even if everyone was smiling? That's your empathy. Speaking for Lightworkers, this empathy can manifest in ways that go beyond the emotional. Some describe feeling, physical sensations, a tightness in the chest when someone else is distressed, or a warm sensation spreading through them when someone nearby is experiencing joy. And it's not always when you're awake. Dreams can be an immense vehicle for this empathy. Have you ever dreamt of someone you know in distress, only to find out they were going through a tough time? That's your inner Lightworker reaching out. Start journaling your feelings and dreams. It's a tool for understanding your empathic experiences over time. You might see patterns that reveal how closely your emotions and sensations are linked to the feelings of others around you. When you feel these sensations, reach out. Check on those around you. Offer your help, your ear, or simply your presence. It could be the very thing they need the most. Remember, this empathy isn't a burden though. It can feel overwhelming at times. It's a gift, a tool that allows you to connect deeply with others and bring healing and comfort in ways that many cannot. Moving on to our second clue. If you've always felt a pull to mend bodies, hearts, and spirits, you might just be a Lightworker. Healing for a Lightworker isn't confined to the physical. It involves the emotional and spiritual world, creating a holistic approach that seeks to restore complete balance and wellness. Consider this. Have you ever found yourself giving advice that seemed to come from a place beyond your own understanding, or felt compelled to touch a place of pain on someone's body, feeling somehow that your touch could ease their ailment? This is your healing instinct as a Lightworker in action. This desire to heal often manifests spontaneously. Some Lightworkers find themselves drawn to professions like therapy, medicine, or counseling. But many more discover their healing capabilities in daily interactions, often without any formal training. Take the story of Maria, a college professor who discovered her ability to heal through her comforting presence. Students naturally gravitated toward her during times of stress. And she found that simply by being there listening and sometimes offering a reassuring touch, she could alleviate their anxiety and help them regain their confidence. To cultivate this healing ability, start by practicing mindfulness. Pay attention to the moments when you feel a pull to help or comfort someone, act on it, and observe the outcomes. The more you trust this instinct, the more pronounced and effective it can become. Another aspect of this healing is learning to protect your energy. Healing can be draining, so it's important to develop practices that replenish your own spirit. This could be through meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in activities that rejuvenate your soul. So if you've always been someone who others turn to during difficult times, consider that your healing abilities might be an integral part of your identity as a Lightworker. Embracing this role can lead to deeper fulfillment and can greatly impact those around you. Our third clue to identifying if you're a Lightworker leads us into the fields of the mystical and spiritual. Are you drawn to the mysterious, the unexplained, the sacred? Then let's explore what this means. Now, mysticism doesn't only deal with esoteric practices and obscure rituals. It also relates to connecting with something greater than ourselves throughout history. From the shamans of Siberia to the mystics of the Middle East, these individuals have sought to understand and manipulate the deeper forces of the universe. Lightworkers often find themselves drawn to these ancient practices. They feel a significance with methods that outdo the ordinary and tap into the extraordinary. It's an instinctual pull toward the spiritual paths that have guided humans for centuries. Take, for example, the practice of meditation, which originated thousands of years ago. This practice helped people connect with the divine energy that lightworkers are so attuned to incorporate mysticism into your life. Start with meditation. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly, breathe, and simply be. You might find that this quiet time is refreshing and illuminating. Another way lightworkers integrate mysticism into their lives is through the reading of sacred texts, whether it's the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, or the Tao Te Ching. These texts offer wisdom that aligns with the lightworker's soul, often providing guidance and affirmation of their experiences and feelings. You don't need a library of ancient scrolls to begin. Start with one text that speaks to you. Perhaps one that has always intrigued you, and let your intuition guide your reading. Also keep a journal of your spiritual and mystical experiences. Note any synchronicities, insights, or feelings that arise during your practices. This journal can become a roadmap showing you how deeply connected your daily life is to these ancient wisdoms, and remember being drawn to mysticism and spirituality. As a lightworker often happens subconsciously, you might find yourself gravitating towards spiritual gatherings, or you may be inexplicably moved by certain rituals or symbols. The fourth clue in our journey to discover if you're a lightworker is about your inherent role as a connector of people. This has less to do with being social, and more about your natural ability to foster unity and understanding, for lightworkers possess a natural talent for bringing people together. Lightworkers excel in creating spaces where people feel safe to share, heal, and bond. Think about the times you've been able to dissolve tensions just by being present, or how often you find yourself mediating disputes, not out of obligation, but because you can't help stepping in to heal a rift. To enhance this ability, focus on active listening. When you listen, do so to understand, not to respond. This shift in perspective is powerful and can transform ordinary interactions into moments of genuine connection and healing. Lightworkers are also adept at sensing undercurrents in a group. You might notice when someone feels left out, or when an unresolved issue is causing tension. Your actions, often instinctive, help integrate excluded individuals and soothe strained relations. This ability to perceive and respond to social dynamics is crucial in building harmonious communities. Moreover, develop your conflict resolution skills by studying basic negotiation tactics. Understanding the principles of conflict resolution can amplify your natural talents, making you even more effective in your role as a peacemaker. Sometimes the role of a lightworker in peace-building is subtle. You might inspire peace simply by personifying it. Your calm demeanor and optimistic outlook can set a tone that encourages others to adopt a more collaborative and less confrontational stance. Embrace this role fully, for your impact can be overcoming. The fifth clue that you might be a lightworker lies in an intense inner urgency toward both personal and global change. You're always wanting to make a difference. You're constantly being driven by a deeper, often spiritual force to enact that change. Lightworkers are frequently propelled by a powerful internal call that goes beyond simple activism or social work. It's a strong sense of being part of something bigger, a universal duty to transform the world for the better. This drive can manifest as a restlessness, a persistent voice that urges you to act, innovate, and disrupt the status quo for the greater good. Have you ever felt this way, like there's a clock ticking, not just for you but for the entire planet? Remember the case of Mahatma Gandhi, a man whose commitment to peace and justice drove significant social and political change. His tireless pursuit of nonviolence and truth was a spiritual philosophy that he lived by, daily aligning with the lightworker's path. And so to harness this inner urgency, start by positioning your actions with your deeper values, whether it's through volunteering advocacy or simply spreading awareness. Ensure that what you do feeds into this larger vision you feel compelled toward. And it's not just about the external actions. This drive often requires you to look inward, continuously striving for personal growth and alignment with your spiritual beliefs. This internal evolution is crucial as it empowers you to lead. By example, Martin Luther King Jr. is another historical figure whose deep-seated need for societal reform was rooted in his spiritual convictions. His leadership in the civil rights movement was fueled by a belief in equality and justice that he saw as divinely ordained. So if you find yourself driven by a force that feels larger than life, consider it a divine signal of your role as a lightworker. Our sixth clue in the lightworker's journey revolves around an intriguing phenomenon, experiencing synchronicities. Now, these are not broad coincidences but are significant, meaningful events that seem to align perfectly with your life's path. Synchronicities are unexpected, yet deeply meaningful orientations that occur in your life. They are the universe's way of whispering. You're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you should be doing. Have you ever thought of someone only to receive a call from them moments later, or stumbled upon a book that answered the exact question you were grappling with? These are signs guiding you on your journey. Now, let's say you were considering a career change but were unsure about which path to take one day while walking in a park. You found a worn-out business card for a life coaching certification program, something you had considered in passing but never pursued, taking it as a sign. You enrolled and discovered your true calling in helping others achieve their potential. Synchronicities function as markers, confirming that your actions are aligned with your higher purpose. They reinforce that your choices resonate with the deeper vibrations of the universe. In another instance, let's say you were a young musician and you are close to giving up your dream of a music career due to financial struggles, right? When you were about to sell your guitar, you received an unexpected invitation to perform at a local venue. The event led to a series of gigs that established your career. This timely opportunity was a clear synchronicity, indicating you were on the right path. The point is to encourage more synchronicities. Open yourself up to new experiences, and remain receptive to the unexpected. Trust your instincts, and follow leads even if they seem trivial at the moment. Synchronicities often appear during moments of uncertainty or transition. They are reassurances that your spiritual journey is supported, and that you're interconnected with a larger dynamic universal plan even more. Engage deeply with your environment and the people you meet. Each interaction and every encounter might carry with it a synchronistic message meant to guide and mold your path. The seventh and final clue to discovering if you are a lightworker often lies hidden in the archives of your earliest memories. We're talking about unusual or spiritually significant experiences during childhood. Many lightworkers report having extraordinary experiences as children. These might include precognitive dreams, visions, or even encounters with spiritual entities. Such moments are not just quirks of an imaginative child's mind, but could be early signs of a deeper connection to the spiritual realm. For instance, let's say you recall having dreams as a child, where you visited places you had never been years later. You would find yourself in those exact places involved in humanitarian missions, confirming the precognitive nature of your dreams. To explore whether you've had such experiences, revisit your childhood memories, talk to family members who might recall stories you've shared as a child, or unusual behaviors you exhibited. Jot these down, and look for patterns or themes that align with your current experiences. These early experiences often set the foundation for a life deeply connected with the metaphysical. They can guide, inform, and even protect a lightworker as they cross their path. Research in psychology supports the idea that these early experiences are more than simple coincidences. Studies have shown that children are more open to spiritual and non-ordinary experiences, which can immensely shape their worldview and their future roles as healers or spiritual guides. If you identify such experiences in your own life, consider meditating on them. Meditation can help deepen your understanding and appreciation of these moments, linking past insights to your current journey. It's also useful to engage in practices that enhance your receptivity, such as spending time in nature or creative expression. These activities can stimulate your intuitive faculties, reviving those childhood connections. Most importantly, accept these experiences as integral parts of your spiritual blueprint. They are not anomalies but are powerful clues to your true calling as a lightworker. Understanding and acknowledging them can empower you to more fully embrace and activate your role in healing and uplifting others. As we conclude, take note of every one of these 7 clues, for they define and direct your path. You've been equipped with a unique set of abilities designed to heal, inspire, and lead. The world needs lightworkers now more than ever, to bring hope, to mend wounds, and to bridge divides. Embrace your potential and the powerful impact you can have. Step forward with courage and optimism. Your journey as a lightworker ought to be lived daily. Remember, each small step you take is part of a larger journey toward light and healing. Trust in your path, believe in your role, and move forward with the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for joining us in exploring what it means to be a lightworker. Now go forth and shine your light brightly, confidently, knowing that in doing so you illuminate the way for others.